Welcome back, everyone. We are working in Revit in our textbook, Building Chapter 10 Stairs. It's time to do some railing work, and in the textbook we're on page 470. And we are not going to follow the workflow that's in the textbook, so why aren't we? Back to software version. If I now hover over these extended stairs all the way up to level 5, and click on these, notice that I don't have the Edit Stair option here. Reason being is all I have selected is the assembly of multi-levels of stairs. If I tab, well, then I can select those stairs that I originally drew. If I select them, then of course I could edit the stairs. Notice that when I do edit the stairs, though, because I've extended them in, version 2019, this railing command is, of course, grayed out. And that's what the textbook is asking us to use to change what these railings are. I could come over here, right, and select this and see that my current railing is what's called a stringer, or actually I got to think about that. I think that's the support for the stairs, not even the railing. Yeah. So I'm going to red X out of here. And let's modify these railings as the textbook asks us to, but in a workflow that actually works. So I'm going to go to my 3D view. Remember, I have turned this wall transparent and taken the brick surface pattern off, and I can see everything really clearly. Notice if I select one of the railings that I actually drew down on the first floor, that extends all the way up to the 5th floor. You can think of these additional levels as like an array. So if I change the original element, all elements in the array change. So I'm going to control click the inside group of railings. So now I have outside group and inside group of railings selected. They're objects. I can change those objects by simply coming over to the left properties and saying, no, I don't want a rectangular handrail. The textbook is asking me to put in a guardrail pipe. I click that, and I get the warning that the textbook is highlighting that I'm probably going to get, and I'm going to click OK. The red X. Hit escape a couple times. Notice I always hit it like 2 or 3, at least, probably not at least, I just hit it 3 times. And what the textbook is telling me is, hey, it doesn't really know how to deal with some of these vertical discontinuous elevation changes that occur on the inside of these stairs. Okay, got it. We understand that. We're just going to deal with it. So a couple things. Know that in this textbook we're going to need to add some railings across here on 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th floor, because we really don't want people falling off those floors. And we're going to need to add some ADA posts so that wheelchairs, cane operating people can grab onto these handrails before they get to the stairs. Of course, good luck with those people in the wheelchair. I'm hoping they find a elevator that over here in our elevator shafts. Okay, so we have this railing adjusted, and we are going to be doing some additional work with this railing, and we're going to need to place a post. So I'm going to go now to my level 1, because we're going to place this post down here on this level 1. So to get this ADA post into our file, we're going to have to insert it. And of course, you're going to have to either load it from the textbook or from Blackboard. The textbook tells us to use architecture, place a component, and then load family. That's a consistent workflow from the textbook. I'm going to use this opportunity to suggest I never use this workflow. We've chatted about it in class a little bit. It frequently causes coordination problems between what I can load and what I want to load. So I always use insert, load family, and when I do that, I can load any family I want. So I'm going to navigate, of course, to my portable hard drive. You will need to navigate to wherever you have this post stored. And we're looking for ADA pipe. Now, because I am doing simply insert family, I'm going to control click every one of these families that I'm going to need for the rest of the chapter 10, and I'll load them all at once. If I was in the middle of a component command, I would not be able to do that because this let's see, raised panel, let's see what's in here. This 6210 2 5/8 is actually a profile, so I'd get an error. The stair nosing is a profile, I'd get an error. Some things you can load, some you can't, unless you use insert load family, and then you can load anything. So I'm going to click open, and that will be the last time that I'm going to need to load any files into this any families into this file. All right, so I'm ready to come over to architecture component, and I'm going to go find that ADA post or ADA pipe. There it is. And I am going to press spacebar once to rotate it, and I want to hook it up to this particular inside handrail. Notice I'm not going to worry about my left or right orientation. I just want it to kind of place directly where it needs to be, up and down. The textbook has us figure out this 9.5-inch stuff and all numbers, which logically don't make any sense. I just want it to line up with this handrail. So I'm going to click it into place, and it's there. Now, I don't really know what I have. I need some additional views. So I'm going to create some. And just before I do, I think the textbook asks us to put this post at -6 inches. Maybe not. Looks like it's going to stay on the floor. Okay, so let's create a view that I can go look at this a little bit differently. Create a nice little section view. And I'm going to shorten up that section view so I only see the near side of the stairs. I'll go look at that view, zoom in on the bottom, and here I'm going to make sure I get a fine view, and I'm going to choose wireframe. I'm going to choose that because I can't see behind this angled brace here back to the handrail that's back behind there. So I'm going to choose wireframe so that I can see through everything. And I'm going to need to move this ADA post so that it lines up with the bottom of that handrail over there. So let's try a couple things here real quick. So I'm going to use modify. Yeah, I'm real leery about. I'm going to try a line. So click this as a blade. Click this as my destination, and of course it doesn't work. So that's fine. So I will kind of just drag this thing left a little bit and draw myself a reference line with annotation. And I'm going to draw down here and get 2 snaps. Let's see, I'm going to stop it here so I know it's parallel, and draw one more line and extend this as a blade and this is my line. And now I can select my ADA pipe and use the move command, select a start point, simply move straight to the right until I get to a snap. There it is. Click it into place. And I believe that this post is now correctly aligned. Of course, notice that there's a nice big gap. We're going to need to extend this railing further down so that they all meet up. And we'll do that in the next chapter. Hope this continues to be valuable and look forward to seeing you in the next section.